Welcome back to Brewmatures. Today we're reviewing Old Rasputin from North Coast Brewing. Alright, Old Rasputin is a stout, an Imperial Stout, an Imperial Russian Stout, believe it or not, that is widely available. However, today we have the special treat of having the bourbon barrel-aged variety as well as the rye barrel-aged variety. The rye barrel-aged variety, I believe, is the hardest of the three to get, but this one, I've only seen both of these once in my life.
Wow.
So pretty excited about those. Old Rasputin was one of the first stouts I ever had.
Really?
Yeah, and I didn't know what it was at the time. Just drinking it out of the bottle. Just like, oh, I didn't realize this was a 9% beer.
Yeah, you should be drinking things out of the bottle.
I was naive back then. North Coast Brewing, so it's been independent since 1988. Product of the USA. Pretty widely available. They're in Fort Bragg, California, so shout out to them. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. Mary, before we started the video, we discovered you didn't know anything about Rasputin.
I thought he was fake after you told me he died like 3 times.
So I was wrong in how I described it, but
kind of.
But I was almost right. But you looked it up, and then we're kind of like, oh, this is pretty wild.
This guy's crazy.
Yeah, so that's their picture popped up, and it was this picture. This is his wave. Cool. But yeah, it says, brewed in the tradition of the 18th century English brewers who supplied the Russian court of Catherine the Great. Old Rasputin develops a cult following wherever it goes. It's a rich, intense brew with big, complex flavors and a warming finish.
Yeah, friends, if you don't know who Rasputin is, look him up. This guy is crazy. But I thought he was an explorer.
Nope. But he is a beer now. Ye Old Rasputin here.
Yeah, this is cool. I mean, am I excited about drinking an Imperial Stout that is flavored with nothing? Not really.
It's a base stout.
Yeah.
The regular version is here more as a comparison for these two, but those are going to be in the next 2 videos, so look out for those. But if you want to hear our thoughts about this one, stick around.
I feel like when I'm not super excited to drink these like cult following beers, because it's just the base, I'm always pleasantly surprised. And now that I've said that, it's going to taste like shit to me.
Well, that's enough talking. Let's get to drinking. All right. Rah, rah, Rasputin. Let's go.
Also, a song. Check it out if you haven't heard it. It's called Rasputin.
For the collection. Ooh, lots of smoke coming out of this bottle. I'm going to wash that.
It smells like a porter. Yep, smells like a porter, friends. I feel like in my experience, porters are a lot more watery than a stout.
Yeah.
These are giving, this is giving me porter vibes.
A little bit. You get a lot of that roasted malt, a lot of that chocolate here.
That's what it smells like a fiery something. So I guess it's roasted.
Yeah, you get a lot of that, almost like a smokiness to
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they use roasted barley or roasted malts in these.
It smells like a porter.
Yeah, it smells, well, no, I wouldn't say that. This is a stout.
Yeah.
And it's Imperial because it's 9%, so here we are.
Like, I don't hate the smell of it. It just doesn't smell good to me. But
I get what you mean.
Like, that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna like the taste.
No one way to find out. Even more Rasputin?
Really?
No, it's not that bad.
You don't like it though?
I'm trying to figure out what these flavors are.
Look at my face.
Yeah. It's like it's definitely roasty. The aftertaste, I get a little bit of coffee, a little bit of chocolate.
I honestly was kind of thinking about even more Jesus a little bit when we tasted
I was too.
I think this tastes better than that. And I think...
But it's adjacent.
I think that's what Even More Jesus was going for. Like a roasty, smoky, leathery stout.
Yeah.
But this does it a little bit better.
Things.
I think this does it a little bit better.
Well, it's not making you gag. It's not making me be like, oh, I don't like this. This is not my favorite. I haven't had this in years.
Maybe we should drink it out of the bottle. I think as I'm sipping on it more, it's tasting better to me because I think the first taste when I made that face, it was like, oh,
it's a strong taste.
It's very roasty, smoky, not what I was expecting at all because that's not what it smells like at all.
Yeah, it smells more like a watered down stout, or something. But the taste is not reflective of that.
But yeah, it's definitely getting better as I'm sipping on it because I think I'm getting used to what it is, what it's offering, and I'm liking it more. I think.
Oh, that's good. Well, let's let it warm up and then come back with our final thoughts. All right, coming back, we've been sipping on it. Not our favorite stout.
No, it's for somebody. It's smoky.
For Rasputin.
It's smoky. He's still alive somewhere. He never dies. It's pretty smoky. It's roasty. It's leathery.
Yeah, it's not the flavor profile I want in my stouts. I want something more chocolatey or more coffee.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm very unimpressed by this. There's not a lot else, like you said. There's a little bit of like, it reminds me not of a whiskey, but those profiles where it's like you said, a little bit of like almost like a smokiness, a roastiness, and like almost like not quite leather, but like adjacent to that, like woody almost, I would say.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. And I think you and I are getting the same thing. It's just not fake. It's
different. And I think a lot of Imperial Stouts are this sort of thing. And it's just not for us. All that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give Old Rasputin 3 out of 5.
I'm going to give it a 3.25.
Oh.
I think that as I sip on it more, I like it. I just wouldn't spend money on it, and if someone offered it to me, I would probably just decline. If they had something else.
Right.
If they didn't have anything else, then of course. But yeah, I can get better stouts.
Yep. So a little bit of a miss for us. But that's not it. We've still got barrel-aged Old Rasputin. This has been sitting around in some barrels, and we'll see if that's any better next time. Like this video, share it with your friends, because you gotta share beers with your friends, everybody. Subscribe to the channel, it helps us out. Click the bell icon to be notified when we upload videos. You don't want to miss the next one, because it's gonna be, like I said, the barrel-aged version of this beer, and we'll see if that does any better. Until then, we're the Brewers, trying every beer from around the world. One sip at a time. Rah, rah, Rasputin.